Everyone knows about the forbidden 3 a.m. motivation. This is when you're lying in bed scrolling through TikTok like any other night, but out of nowhere you get the strong urge to just turn your life around. This has happened to me so many times. But before I get into that, the goal for today's video is to finally upgrade my gear to diamond gear, and I also want a fishing rod that has great enchantments. I actually have no string right now, so I need to go find a spider. There you go. Perfect. For me, when this motivation kicks in, the first thing I usually do is start scheduling out the next day. And every single time I make it so unrealistic. For some reason, I always think future me would be willingly productive for so many different aspects in my life. The obvious one is to wake up early. I always end up setting an alarm at such unrealistic times. I'm sitting there at 3 a.m. looking at my clock app and I'm setting the alarm for 6 a.m. I think the next day I'll be completely fine with only having 3 hours of sleep. That is a disgusting fishing rod. Oh, man, for now this will work, I guess. I also always have the same things that I want to improve in my life. When I'm scheduling what I'm going to do next day, it always involves working out, and it's usually the first thing I'm going to do in the morning. It's pretty much wake up at 6 a.m. and have a workout immediately. I also always think that because I'm going to have little sleep, I'm going to fix my sleep schedule naturally because I'm going to sleep early the next night. Another one is just eating better. And the last and most important one is usually start grinding on whatever I'm focusing on at that time. So an example could just be university work or just this YouTube channel, for example. Before I started this channel, there were so many nights where I'd just be sitting there saying, I'm gonna start my channel tomorrow and I'm gonna be grinding from tomorrow onwards. But in reality, I wake up and all the motivation is just gone. I look at my alarm that woke me up at 6 a.m. I just turn that off and I just go back to sleep. And then when I end up waking up at like 11 a.m. or 12 or something, I just forget about the motivation. I'm not even just saying this, there's genuinely been days where the night before I planned out my whole day and then I wake up and I just forgot that I did that. And then I remember it again the next night and it's just so stupid. The funniest thing is when I get this motivation, I just start tracking things, and an example of this is, let's say that I'm trying to lose weight. I'll start tracking my weight in my note app, and I'll also start taking before pictures. And it's hilarious looking back to my phone and there's just a bunch of before pictures. Every time I get the 3 a.m. motivation, I just do the exact same thing. It's just my weight tracked down and a picture of me before. When I say before, at the time I'm obviously thinking that there's gonna be an after picture as well, but that never ends up happening. I can probably make a whole compilation of before pictures that I have, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is, I guess. And sometimes the 3 a.m. motivation actually ends up working. There are times when I see the alarm go off at 6 a.m. and I decide, you know what, I'm actually gonna wake up and I'm gonna go do that workout. This usually always happens to me like once in a holiday period. Like in the start of summer or in the start of winter break, I always have like a 2 or 3 week phase where I'm like fully grinding out whatever I want to grind out. But as I said, it's just a phase. It could be 2 or 3 weeks and then I stop one day for some reason. I could stop because I just wasn't feeling it that day, or I could stop because I ended up going on a trip or something. But by the time I'm back from the trip, I'll just completely stop and I'll ruin my flow. I think about me that I realized is consistency is so important for me. I know a lot of people live by the rule where you can't miss more than 2 days in a row. But for me, I genuinely have to be more strict. If I miss one day, my whole flow is ruined and then I just completely stop doing what I was doing. And I've experienced this in many different ways. It could be me exercising, it could be me eating healthy, it could be starting this channel, any channel to be fair. Ooh. I don't need a piercing 3 enchantment book, buddy. And that's one of the main reasons why I've been posting every single day on this channel, because I'm so scared that if I miss a day, I'm just gonna stop posting forever. Which I'm hoping is not the case, because I know eventually I will have to miss a day at some point, but I'm hoping I just don't quit, because this has been amazing so far. I just find it funny that the 3 a.m. motivation, as we call it, always kicks in when you can't actually act on it. What I mean by this is that it's always at night, it's always at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And obviously at that time, you're super tired and you're about to sleep, so you can't just get up and go on a run, or you can't just start grinding whatever you want to grind. Obviously you could, but realistically no one's gonna do that because they're trying to sleep. But I guess it does make sense. People want things from life, but no one's really willing to work hard for it. Motivation is great, but what you really need is discipline. The role of the 3 a.m. motivation is for you to just start, but if you want it to stick, you're gonna have to do whatever you're doing on days that you really don't want to. And that's pretty much discipline. You can't always rely on motivation, and I've learned that the hard way. I used to always blame my lack of motivation for not pursuing my dreams or doing anything, to be honest. But when I realized if you do the tasks on the days that you don't want to do them, you will actually stick to doing it. It's amazing how that works, to be honest. A prime example is this YouTube channel. Obviously there are days where I'm super tired and I just can't be asked to record, but I just get myself to do it. Being successful on YouTube has been a dream of mine for so long, and now I've got the perfect opportunity and I can't just go throw it away. So I'm gonna try my best, I'm gonna stick on it, and I'm gonna hope for the best. Obviously this might not be the best example, because to be successful on YouTube you also need to be very lucky, but working hard obviously helps. The last thing I wanted to say is that I'm filming this at 1 a.m, which is kind of funny. I guess this is kind of my 3 a.m. motivation, but at least I'm acting on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys ever get those 3 a.m. motivation spikes. And if you ended up enjoying this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. And if you're still watching till now, you're definitely enjoying it, so you might as well click on the video that just popped up. Or don't, it's obviously up to you. Thank you guys for watching and have a great night. Peace.